Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to do a design tutorial. I'm going to show you how to create this design right here. I'm calling it repeat text and cursive on the bottom. Not sure if that's the real name, but that's what it looks like, so I'm going with it. And we're going to do this in Affinity Designer, but if you don't have Affinity Designer, you can do this in Canva or Kittl. The reason I'm picking Affinity Designer is because I want to show you some text effects on here. You don't have to put that in, and I'm going to show you how to knock out an outline that's in front, the text in the front, but you don't have to do that either. So follow along as best as you can in yours, and I'm going to show you all the different steps that you need to do to make this repeat text and cursive on the bottom design. So let's get to Affinity Designer now, and I'll show you what the first step is. All right, so here we are on Affinity Designer. First things first, what you're gonna do for any of these, Affinity Designer, Canva, or whatever, is make your artboard the right size. So you can see here my artboard, if I go to transform, 4500 by 5400. That's the size we want for Amazon Merch on Demand, and honestly for most print on demand t-shirts, that's just gonna work. Okay, next step is to find the right font for the repeating font. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look for a thick font. First we need to have a word though, and you're gonna want a word that's about 7 to 9 letters long. If you do something really small like Irish, let me get the right font here I was using. I'm gonna use like a thick font like this that's colored. This would work. This is Hello Sans, but let me just show you why this word is too short. This is only 5, and if we do it like that and go all the way across and then repeat it, you can see that's taking up too much space. So if I did something like Kiss Me, we're gonna do something for St. Patrick's Day. That's a little bit better because when we repeat this, that fills up a little better, right? So one thing that you saw in one of those examples was 100 days, and you can see that fits really well. That's 7 with a space, so like 8. Count the spaces there, and look at that. That looks better. So I'm gonna use, I wanna use like a different font than this, so I'm gonna pick this one that I like, Magic Flower. It has that vintage look. You can pick whatever you want. You kind of want it not so wide, because if you make it wide, then it's not going to work. Well, if it's a shorter word, you want it wide. But for words or phrases, I guess 1 or 2 words that have a total of 7 to 9 letters in it, counting the spaces, you're going to want something just a little bit more condensed and thick. That's kind of the thing that we saw in all those examples, that they were thicker. So I think this would work. Again, we're doing it for St. Patrick's Day, so I'm gonna do Kiss Me, I'm Irish. You can do it for whatever holiday you want, any trends that's coming up. Just make sure this first word, or the word that repeats, is about 7 to 9. You can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, counting the space, 5, 6, 7. That kind of fits my criteria here. So one thing that I want to do here that I think will make it fun is to warp the text. So I'm going to come in here, go to warp, I'm going to do mesh, and then I can pick these things right here and just push it up, and pick these dots right here and push it down. And we kind of have that warping text illusion, or kind of a wave. You can do this in Kittl. A different way, but obviously you can do this in Kittl and some other ones. This is optional. You don't have to do this, but I wanted to do this just to make it a little different. Once you have this, I'm going to convert this to curves. Not sure why that K did that. You know what? Is it? Oh, and then do that. Okay, so these are okay. I'm going to fix this K here. I'm going to ungroup. And that K is weird, so I'm gonna just type in another K here. Good, and we're not gonna warp this K. We're just gonna make it fit. So there, it's pretty much the same right there. Okay, so let's move this guy out and this guy in. There must be something about this K that like doesn't work. We can start moving some of these things in. All right, and we're going to repeat this. So I'm going to group all of these. Let's group that. and then I'm gonna repeat it. You can see right there, I'm holding down Option, clicking on here and dragging with Shift, holding down Option, Shift, click, Option, Shift, drag. There you go. All right, so you can do either 4 or 5 lines depending on your space. I could probably get away with 5, but that just feels a little tall to me. So I'm gonna go with 4. The next thing I wanna do is, well, I probably should have done this in the beginning, is the background was black on most of them, or at least a dark black background. So I'm gonna do like a dark gray for now, just so I can change these to white so I can see them. And then now I'm gonna make this black. Okay. One thing that I did see is there's usually a gradient happening here. And so since it's St. Patrick's Day, I'm gonna have a gradient of different colors. We're just gonna do a darker color to a lighter color here. And I'm just gonna do it individually on each of these. So the first one, instead of doing like a full green, I'm gonna do like a 80 cyan and an 80 yellow, like that. And then I'm gonna just kind of go down from there. So this one's gonna be 60 and 60, and this one's gonna be 40 and 40, and this one's gonna be 20 and 20, right? And yeah, there you go. So that's kind of gradient. You can do whatever colors you want in here. You could do kind of like a vintage sunset kind of colors or whatever, but because it's St. Patrick's Day, I thought I'd go with green. That makes sense. So the next thing we're gonna need here is some kind of cursive font. So I'm gonna type in some text here. I'm just gonna say I'm Irish, right? And that's not the font we want. We're in a cursive one, so let's do this. Ballet Harmony is a good one. We want a skinny cursive font. So that's the style we saw in all of those. Skinny cursive font. Not this is too thick, this dead stock. Let me show you some other good ones. That's not a cursive font. This one could work. We want it lowercase, upper lowercase. Actually lowercase if you can, but this one's gonna be uppercase just because of I'm, and then Irish is also always uppercase. So in this case, it's not following what they usually do. When it was 100 days of school was all in lowercase. So we're gonna kind of change it up a bit. Oh yeah, and some this one would be okay, but if you did something thicker like black, this is too thick right here. Oh, and I did a, so this would be too thick to match that style that we were looking for. So I'm gonna just do Ballet Harmony. You can do whatever one you want, and it usually kind of overlaps the bottom one like this. And because it overlaps and this is kind of light, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a outline around it. I'm gonna go back to layers. You can see it right here. I'm gonna copy this, Command J, you see another one in the back, and I'm gonna put a black background so you can see, or not a background, a back outline right there. And we can make this thicker. I think it's 17 already, but there you go. And what we're gonna do is we want it to knock out, this one to knock out from this Kiss Me, the bottom one right here. So as you can see, this is the bottom one. I'm gonna call it bottom, just so I know. And this one is the Irish outline, so I can call this outline, like that. And that's important because what we're gonna do is we're gonna combine these two. So I'm gonna select these two and do Command G for group. You can see it's a group. Now we got those two in a group. And the outline I'm gonna change to erase. And the reason why we want that is now it's not a black outline, it's a knocked out outline. So if I come in here and change the background, instead of black to something else, let's say we would never use red, but if we use green, you can see it's knocked out. You can see the background there. So that's it. This is the base of it. Now we're gonna add some little touches to make it better. So one of the things that you saw on the design was there's some big graphic in the middle here. So I'm gonna go to Canva or Creative Fabrica, make my own, and I actually have some here on this other one that I'm going to bring in, and I got these from Canva, but you can get yours from whatever you want. So let me get those and then I'll bring it in. All right, so these are some type of graphic match what I'm doing. Kiss Me, there's lips, Irish, I got an Irish clover here, I got some other clovers here. We're going to use these two small ones going around here because we also seen that on there. But as far as the big graphic, I could put this in here. I think that would work. I could also put this in here and that would work too. I kind of like this one, and I'm going to use the same technique as some of these other ones where I'll put an outline. I wonder if that's going to work. Let's see if I do a group. I do J again. Let's see if I add the black outline here. Oh, stroke. Yeah, that might work. Okay, let's see if we can do this. We have all these Kiss Me's here. Let's put all of that in a group. And let's do this in a group. And let's put this one as a erase. Yeah, and that worked. That's pretty cool. Okay, so Kiss Me, I'm Irish. The very last thing we're gonna do is we're gonna use this one right here. I could use this one as well. Maybe this one as a 4-leaf clover. And I'm gonna make it small, and this is gonna be some accents on here. So I'm gonna, just to fill in the space here, I'm gonna add this, you know, here and here, maybe make this bigger and so on, just to kind of turn it and give it just a little bit more things. We kind of want, you know, big things and small things. It kind of gives it some interest. So I'm going to do that here, maybe put one here and put this one here, kind of flip it and turn it around on some of these. And this is what we saw on a lot of them. We saw some of them with little stars and little things here. And this is, I think this will help just sell it a little bit better. Maybe fill that space, fill some spaces in here, you know, like that. Maybe one more. I'm gonna put one up here. Now we could keep them the same colors as this. So these ones, since they're on the top, I'm gonna do the eyedrop tool and make it the same color as that. See? And then this one is on the same level as this one, so I'm gonna make this the same color as that. And these here are kind of the same level as this bottom one. Make it the same color as that. And so on. Maybe these last two are white since it's on the bottom. There you go. So there it is. Kiss Me, I'm Irish. I could probably put another one right here. Just having fun and filling up the space. There's no rules on where to put this. This is just, you know, playing around with this stuff. So there you go. I'm gonna export this. Oh, one more thing. If you want to put a texture on it, that's optional, but I think that could really help sell it since there's some textures on this lip anyway, and it'll give it that feel. I actually want to put one more here. I think what is that? Oh, that's just nothing, and put there. Yeah. All right. Let me know what you think. I'm gonna save this and then remember to remove the background when you save it as a PNG. So there's the background, and this is what it's gonna look like on a white. It's not gonna work on white. So I'm gonna do Command Option Shift S, bring up my export, make sure that it's selection only. So you'll see in the preview here that it's knocked out, and I'll hit export. And then I'm gonna save this as Kiss Me PNG. There you go. And this will work on a black t-shirt. It will also work on a dark green t-shirt. You can see there. But it won't work on a white t-shirt. You may have to change that, but we didn't see very many white ones. But if you want to do a white t-shirt, I would just come in here and change the colors, right? So let's get rid of these. And maybe I'm holding down Option and Shift, and let's change this to white here. And you can see I would just come in here and look for the Irish one that we did and just start changing colors. It may not work very well because there's a white in the middle here, so you might have to change this to like a gray just so it sticks out on a white t-shirt. And then this could be the dark green here, like that. And you might want to do this a little darker and so on. So that's kind of how you would do it with white, to kind of change the colors a little bit. Maybe this is the darker and it goes from lighter to dark instead, and so on. So have fun with that. I think this can be done for any type of topic. We're doing it here for St. Patrick's Day, but you can see it was done for football. I'm sure it could be done for Valentine's Day, even though we're kind of late on that. Try one for Cinco de Mayo and some of the other holidays, and just have fun with this. So that's it. That's the design tutorial. Hopefully you can try this repeat design, repeat font plus cursive bottom. Is that what I call it? Repeat text, cursive bottom. Try it out with the different style, different topics on there. Have fun with it. I think this can do really well and help you get more sales. You can see some of these we're already getting sales for 100 days. So that's something you can do, is trying to use the same design but for a different topic, and we've seen that over and over in print on demand. If you like this video, I can show you another design tutorial, this one right here. Have fun with this one, try it out with different styles as well. This is the sandwich method that can really help get you some good sales and good design. So thanks again for watching, and as always guys, keep creating and keep learning. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.